In this video, I'm going to show you how we are going to solve the problem solving related to our lesson. Let's read the first problem solving together. There are 235 whistles and 42 bells in the store. Ryan counts 128 whistles on the shelf. How many whistles are not on the shelf? Okay, first of all, this information, 42 bells in the store, is not important in solving the problem solving. Okay, I just need the information related to the whistles. 235, as you can see, it's the total number of whistles that I have in the store, and 128 whistles that are on the shelf. What can we do in order to know how many whistles are not on the shelf? I have to subtract, because I have the total number of whistles and I have the number of whistles that are on the shelf, and I need to know how many whistles are not on the shelf, so I have to subtract. 235 minus the number of whistles on the shelf, okay, which is 128. Okay, now let's subtract. 5 minus 8, as I said before, I cannot subtract a small number from a big number, so I have to borrow. The 3 is going to be 2, and the 5 is going to be 15. 15 minus 8 is equal 7. 2 minus 2 is equal 0, and 2 minus 1 is equal 1. So my final answer is 107. Now let's go on to the other problem solving. Okay. A bookstore has 148 books about people and 136 books about places. Some books were sold. Now there are 137 books left. How many books were sold? Again, a bookstore has 148 books about people and 136 books about places. Some books were sold. Now there are 137 books left. How many books were sold? Okay. Now he gave me 3 numbers. What am I going to do with these 3 numbers? Now I have 148 books about people, as he said, and 136 about places. And he is asking me how many books were sold. Okay? First of all, I have to add these 2 numbers together in order to know how many books altogether were at the bookstore. Okay? So let's add the 148 plus the 136. This is my first step. Okay? Okay. Now let's refresh how to add a 3-digit number with a 3-digit number. 8 plus 6 is, after 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 14. The 4 is here, and we will carry up the 1. 1 plus 4, it's 5. 5 plus 3 is 6, 7, 8. It's 8. Okay. Now 1 plus 1 is 2. So the answer is 284. Okay. So this is my total number of books in the bookstore. Okay. Now the question is, now there are 137 books left. How many books were sold? I want to know how many books were sold. What can I do in order to find out this number? I have to subtract, because now I have the total number of books in the bookstore and I have the 137 books that are left. Okay? After we have sold the books. So now, after adding, we are going to subtract in order to know how many books were sold. Okay? I can write you both steps in order not to be confused. Now we will get this total number of books and subtract it from the books that are left after we sold some books, okay? In order to know how many books are sold, okay? Now, this is today's lesson, okay? We're going to apply it in this problem solving. 4 minus 7, I said we cannot subtract a small number from a big number, so I'm going to borrow from the 8. The 8 is going to be 7, and the 4 is going to be 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. 7 minus 3 is equal 4. 2 minus 1 is equal 1. So, 147 books sold. Okay, now we've reached to the end of our video. I hope you understood today's lesson. Good luck, grade 2.